Welcome to today's presentation on Amplify ELA. Amplify ELA is the only ELA program built specifically for middle school students. There's so much happening to a young adolescent student, from physical development to psychological and social development, and most importantly, cognitive development. The human brain develops at a rapid pace during young adolescence, growth that is only outpaced during infancy. It is during the middle school years, however, that the brain's cognitive development is at its peak, which builds skills such as critical thinking, organizational capacity, and a multiplicity of perspectives. We also know that these facts are true for middle school students. Middle school students are ready to be pushed as thinkers and engaged differently. They learn by doing and practicing through interacting with their peers and developing their meaning-making muscle. Building these skills are of critical importance, as we know that students who fail a sixth grade literacy course are 50% more likely to not graduate from high school. Amplify ELA addresses the needs of middle school students by tackling these 3 points head on. But don't just take our word for it. Ed Reports is an educator-led, evidence-based organization that independently reviews K-12 instructional materials. In our review, Amplify ELA scored all green across all 3 middle school grades, meaning our ELA products met all expectations of their criteria: text quality and complexity, and alignment to standards components, building knowledge with text, vocabulary, and tasks, and usability. But now let's get into the program. The program provides what a teacher needs to teach to the standards and follow the pedagogy of the frameworks. And as you can see from the art and unit names, each one of these units has been crafted by educators, writers, and artists to capture students' and teachers' imaginations in a unique way. Amplify ELA provides a full year of curriculum in each grade, all focused on complex and rigorous texts. Doll and Narrative in 6th grade draws students into the childhood memories of Roald Dahl, and before they know it, they are close reading text like a pro. In the middle of 6th grade, students encounter their first research unit, the Chocolate Collection. Here they learn informational literacy skills, such as how to validate a source and then how to effectively research a topic. They start by exploring primary source documents and multimedia focused on the history of chocolate, and end by debating whether chocolate should be served in the lunchroom at school. 8th grade begins with a more demanding memoir by Dahl that takes students into the throes of World War II and continues with classics that include Frederick Douglass and Frankenstein. In the units that follow, students look at great thinkers and inventors whose use of language was so powerful that they changed the world. We paid close attention to text complexity and conducted significant classroom testing to understand the impact of these texts on adolescent readers. In addition to designing a path of growing text complexity, we sequenced and grouped texts to intentionally build students' knowledge and skills as they progress throughout each grade in the whole program. We provide both quantitative and qualitative measures for every text used in our program. Today, I'm going to talk through 4 aspects of Amplify ELA that make teachers' lives easier. First, our print offering. Amplify ELA is a digital program, but we do provide print supports as well. The Amplify ELA print program consists of a teacher's edition, student edition, and student writing journal. It is designed to be used in conjunction with the digital product, whether students are on devices or teachers are projecting from their device. Amplify recognizes that every school may not have the resources to teach solely from a device and develop these print materials to ensure that 100% of standards are covered anywhere, regardless of how often students are interacting with the digital curriculum. There are digital experiences that should not be missed, but can be taught in a lab setting or if a cart is available, allowing for teachers to have flexibility in the execution of the instruction. Amplify's Teacher Edition is a traditional print resource that guides the teacher through each lesson and points to digital assets that can be projected to the classroom. It contains the Student Edition with a wraparound that highlights differentiation and L supports, group work, writing activities, vocabulary, and other lesson highlights. The Student Edition contains the text excerpts for each lesson, along with vocabulary support and artwork to assist in reading the text. Students will interact with the text through the use of the student writing journal, which allows them to visualize and work with the text in multiple ways. As you can see, the print materials mirror the activities in the digital curriculum. However, they utilize print materials to do so. In this example, we highlight where students would respond to a writing prompt digitally and then in print by using page 2 of their writing journal. Now let's look at our embedded supports that are designed to help our struggling students. We've all seen differentiation like this before. But at Amplify, we firmly believe that all students deserve the right to rich, engaging ELA instruction, regardless of what reading level they are at. We also believe that every student should be reading the same text in class. We don't level texts at Amplify because states don't level tests. We expose students to complex texts, and we teach skills through the text. We dive right in, working with text in the first lesson, and we provide the scaffolds that they need to be successful and become confident readers and writers. Here's an example of how we embed differentiation tools in Amplify ELA. Every text excerpt in the program has an audio sample. We also support vocabulary growth through the Reveal tool in our digital program, which is a highlighted word that students can click on if they are unsure of the meaning to reveal a synonym that will guide them through the meaning of the word. In the print version, the same words will be provided on the page. It's these types of embedded real-time tools that keep students reading the same text as the rest of the class. And as you explore the program, you'll see we have a multitude of other activities that support students through the text: dramatic readings, theater, text visualizations, and apps that provide students, struggling or otherwise, with a multimodal approach to a complex text. No other program has the depth or breadth of differentiated instruction that we offer. We also provide differentiation streams for students who are struggling with reading and writing. For the school year 1920, we are adding a 5th level of differentiation specifically targeted to English language learners. Here's an example of a moderate prompt. Students at grade level would receive the question without the sentence starters. As a reminder, this happens automatically in the curriculum. No more referencing back to clunky rubrics in the unit or lesson overview, or hours spent searching for a leveled text or writing prompt that would work for your struggling students. Next, let's talk about standards coverage. To discuss standards, we'll look at Red Scarf Girl, our 7th grade unit. As we met with teachers around the country and asked what would make their lives easier, one of the responses that repeated over and over was the need to evaluate a student's knowledge of a specific standard. As a result, we have added focus standards to every lesson. A focus standard is the specific standard that lesson is designed to teach. Let's look at lesson 3 to see this in action. Compare and contrast a text to an audio, video, or multimedia version of the text, analyzing each medium's portrayal of the subject, i.e., how the delivery of a speech affects the impact of the words. Here you can see the focus standard in our lesson brief, which kicks off each lesson in the program and provides teachers with a review of the lesson objectives, areas of differentiation, standards, and materials, among other things. Let's walk through the lesson and explore how Amplify ELA addresses the standard through instruction. So first, we read the text. Notice the words shaded in green on the screen. These are the reveal words that I referred to earlier. When the student clicks on the word, they are given a short definition of the word so they can keep reading, which is yet another example of embedded supports in the text. Then we hear the author, Zhili Zhang, read the same text from her novel. We look at period artwork that aligns to the text, and we ask students to write about it. We examine photographs from that era and ask students to write again. But as a teacher, we know that in order for you to be able to know which students are grasping the standard and which are not, you need something quicker and easier to measure proficiency, and that is an exit ticket. We wrap up this lesson by having students read the text again and combine that with the poster from the earlier in the lesson. From here, we task students to complete an exit ticket for the lesson. The exit ticket aligns to the focus standard for the lesson so teachers can easily track standards mastery lesson by lesson. We've done 2 things here. We created the focus standard for each lesson, and we added an exit ticket to measure proficiency in that standard. This is yet another piece of data that is added to each student's profile, informing teachers of what instructional choices to make next, such as adjusting differentiation streams or pulling out for small group work. Amplify ELA's Instant Impact Engine is designed to save teachers time while impacting student performance. These embedded digital features support teachers where they need it most by saving valuable time. Let's look at some student work. Here we see Anthony's writing prompt submission. Once Anthony hits submit, the AWE engine kicks into gear. Automated Writing Evaluation Tool is an algorithm that auto-scores each student's writing. The platform reads the text and assigns an auto-score to Anthony's writing submission. Teachers review the score and can manually override the auto-score if they choose to do so. Teachers can then click on the feedback tool to provide live, real-time feedback to Anthony on his writing. From there, they can easily click on Spotlight to share Anthony's writing with the class. It is this real-time instant impact engine that saves teachers time and provides skill-specific instant feedback to students. Amplify ELA's reporting dashboard provides student performance data in an aggregated, easy-to-use tool. Teachers can quickly check to see which students have handed in their assignments, who is still in progress. They can check vocabulary scores and automated writing evaluation scores, and can easily manage the differentiation levels, all in one place. Additionally, teachers can check to see how much feedback they are providing to each student's writing. Feedback is a critical part of student growth, and Amplify recommends teachers provide skill-specific, timely feedback to students at least 6 times per unit. To assist with this, we provide a feedback report to monitor their activity. We have seen phenomenal growth in student performance when teachers consistently provide feedback, as much as a 22-point gain on the state assessment. For Flex Day planning, Amplify ELA provides reporting that informs teachers of student performance on 3 metrics: language, reading, and writing. Scoring on these metrics is informed by student activity in the digital curriculum and is a culmination of available data points such as comprehension, automated writing evaluation scores, grammar, and vocabulary. This data is collected every 5 lessons and provides a grouping profile for teachers to use in planning Flex Day activities and informs differentiation leveling. This report is a critical tool for teacher planning. These features are just a glimpse of how Amplify ELA makes teachers' lives easier. Please refer to the digital and print samples provided to explore the curriculum more. And finally, we can't talk about Amplify ELA without mentioning our digital library. Included with every Amplify ELA license, the library consists of over 700 full texts, including every text from the program. Students can choose from a wide variety of genres, covering all levels of reading from 3rd through 12th grade. Texts are downloadable to a device, meaning kids can access them from home without requiring an internet connection. Thank you for your time today. We hope that you find Amplify ELA to be an engaging, rigorous, and exciting new option for your middle school students.